Can you hear me? Don't know what happened again. Weird. But we're back. Anyway, so we were looking at the slow motion stuff. Or maybe I should just leave it be. All right. So we have the slow motion. Now we have a slash. And next what we should do is we should adjust the jump also a bit. It doesn't feel good. And then we already try to do the thing where if you punch someone, it would fly away. Because vertical speed. This is not how you do it. Who did this code? Damn it! So what we want to do is actually not like that. Ooh. Yeah, I'm back, Com. Sorry. I don't know what happened. Magic. But I'm here now. I don't know what happened. Glad you now know that you can see. I wasn't gonna end yet. It's not midnight yet. So let's see here. So now I'm working on making it fly. And again, guys, if you have any questions about programming in general, programming another engine that I know, like Unity, you can ask, or GameMaker. Do check out our other videos if you're just starting out. I have like the first video of this series you can check out. So we want to make the vertical speed and the horizontal speed somehow so the character flies off. So when you punch, what we want to do actually is that when you punch, the other guy should feel it. Like this guy, if I go and punch him, if I go and punch him, now he just stands there. But we want him to go off flying. So what we need is, let's try a weird thing. I think it's not gonna be good, but I shouldn't really mix and match. No, let's not mix and match. So what we need is, there's a direction, again, just like with everything. So we have that direction function we created. Let's look at that one. Where did we have it? Physics? No. Handle animation? No. Get gamepad, init character? No. No. Was it still an attack? Yeah, move towards. You should really just say it's more like direction. We need this. And then we need this var flip x. But this time we need to do the other object's image scale. And here. Let's try this. Basically let's see. Com's code. So if you haven't checked out, Com has a game where you're like two sumo balls. It's now actually in the latest version showed a screenshot where it's on a yin and yang platform. And the balls kind of, you try to push them off the platform. What parts are moving? Are you trying to move it with torque now? Do you have the old code still left? I can take a code, the thing that worked still. Did this work, right? I don't know if you need to use torque. You can use this add force, that's fine. The torque is just to rotate the ball, if you want that. But if you already had it moving with this, that's fine. Torque would just rotate the ball. So for the AI, you just need to here put the direction where the player is versus the other player. You could also make this something that's publicly settable here. It's a public, and then you can just define what is the. This is the. Oh, this is the AI and this is the ball, okay? So this is working, right? So you were previously using this to move, right? Like this is the thing that you started adding right now. This should work fine. I think this should work fine. I think if your AI wasn't working, it wasn't because the thing I thought it was. It was just probably your move direction. Yeah. Right now it seems like you have the player here set from a find object with tag. What you could do instead, well, you can of course use the same thing if you just want to keep it simple, saying find the other player. But what you could do is, but you just need to add here. You can use this for the AI. I think if you was jumping up in the air, you were just calculating the look rotation wrong. This is fine. Don't do the torque. If this was working for the player earlier, the game we were playing was just using this. This is fine. It's just the script that you pasted didn't use rigid body back then. Okay, he seems to be flying a bit. Well, not add the position to the movement, but the direction. So if you take the difference between the two positions, you get the direction. And then you just need to normalize it. Well, can you write in this? You can't write here, right? No. Not here, I don't have rights. You paste. Can you just do clone? Okay, no, I can't. I'm highlighting. Well, the stupid way would be, of course, you can probably figure out a way of getting the other player, I guess. One way would be to create a singleton of some kind, or a game engine singleton, and then have it get from there. You would have an array with all the players. That's what I do in, for example, but singletons are not recommended. This is not how you would do it, but what I'm saying is, like, delete the player. This is not the best way, but if you just want to try it, if it works. So then wherever you have this move direction, which calls this, what you need to do there is, like, you don't need this if this worked fine. What instead you do is, like, in whatever you're doing it, like public void fixed update or whatever it is called. What you would do is something like move. I don't remember. It's like. Wait a minute. Let me think for just a second. I think it's like this. It's player 2 minus player 1, and then what you do is just so that normalize that. The hard part of this AI is, what it needs to do is the hard part of this whole AI thing is to make it smart, actually. Because it needs to know that if the player is at the edge, it wants to go and ram him off the edge, right? If it's on the edge and if it's on the edge and the player is pushing out, then it needs to try to get away from the player. So basically the AI should be something where it's like, it would know which one is closer to the middle. But it should also check if the player is even close. So if player is in between here, then it should try to dodge to the sides. And also keep it from itself to fall. But then if it's the other way around, that the player is on the edge and it is closer to the side, it should try to push off the player off the ramp without itself falling. Basically, it should have like some kind of force field here at the edge that keeps it. It tries always, if it gets too close to the edge, it always tries to push it in. Like this. So if it's too far from the center, it tries to always go to the center. This could be just a function of the radius, of course. Getting a bit messy. So basically, let's see what everything you need. Of course you need the player's position, but you need also so many more things. So AI is here and you are here. Then it needs to dodge. If it's the reverse, it's try to push. But I do think that and then it, of course, if it gets too close to the edge, so then if this distance is getting dangerous or it detects this edge some other way, it needs to start trying to move away or into the center, towards the center. For dodging logics, voids actually would be really good again. I recommended them before. Basically, it's a void. It doesn't need it needs separation to avoid local crowding of local mates. So you use this to keep it away from players. It doesn't really have to have alignment, nor cohesion, I think. Yeah, I would say that making this AI is not, of course, it's not hard, but it's not easy either. You need to try yourself in. Even in this short time, it's very hard to show you what to do, because I would have to try it myself. So here's just different blocking. Very old. That could be used similar to that. Trying to think, could there be a simpler way to do this so you get... I don't think, what would be easier? What would be easier? Because it's easy to just make an AI that just goes to the other ball and rams him. You should just try to do that first. And for that, you just need that direction. Did I close all the windows? No. Did I close my script window? I had somewhere where I was editing. I must have closed it. Oh, here it is. Isn't it? No. Nope. I must have closed it, sorry. Let's make sure I have the right base pasted in. Lune. So yeah, basically you have to take the difference in position, and the way you would do this, how you would store the players, there's many strategies. One is singleton. So this class is now not a singleton, it's just a public regular class. What you would do is create a singleton for players. You don't have to do it this way. This is just the easiest way, especially if you're beginning. Unity class. Don't use static though. Because what you can do then is just there's probably some kind of good... You need a game manager, basically. See if there's anything that's pre-written, so I don't have to do it from scratch. I do have some classes I do myself. Because then you can get the game players easier. Well, move towards is very easy again. Move towards another player would just be the you know, what you would do is just call this function with the player 2 position minus player 1 dot position, and then normalize that, because otherwise it'll be different lengths, it'll move in different speeds. Caps, sorry. So just put that, we should get the direction. Actually, this would, if this is the transform, of course. And then you would just call this move function that you have below. This should work. You don't have to have any look towards. Try that. All right. Let's look at what we did in our game. We're actually doing the same thing. Here, I'm taking the direction of the person's punching and I'm just playing a force in the opposite direction. It's really good to look into and study vectors. They will really help you understand. Like, these are very simple things once you just have a basic understanding of them. Let's make this a bit harder, and we should add the thing that we added to the thing, which was plus 30 times I think I already added that. There we go. Let's see if this works. Come here. Oh, it kind of works, but flying too high. Try it a little lower. There we go. Now when you punch and he flies away or breaks into parts. Come here. Okay, this is, I think, getting a bit better. So we now have a nice slash thing when you punch. Actually, this is doing that. Just positioning it all wrong. Okay, what we need to do is actually change it. It's in the movement, and here it's using actually, I think I just manually moved it 20 down. And there's actually, we can look at the bounding box of the collider. Game maker. Can't remember by heart what's it called. Where's the bounds? Bounding, it's something like bounding box. B box left. It's something like B box bottom. Let's try that. It might be this calculates it from the top left. What is the error it's giving? Yeah, of course. Holy shit. Of course. I don't think it does much. Well, this is giving the... You of course would have to take this times m, whatever you had, m power thing, your script. I don't think it does much. What is the error it's returning? What is it saying? Of course, you need to get the player 1 and 2's objects for it to work. It's not going to work out of the box where I wrote it. B-box bottom. What is this? The height actually of the... Read on variable return bottom box. Do I have to really do this? So it's like in room space. Let's see. It doesn't accept it. I got the objects. What doesn't accept? What is it? What is it saying? Wrong object type? What is it saying? Normalize should be a basic thing in Unity. See that I added the right thing. It might be that you actually have to do this. You might have to do this. There. What's white? What did I do? I'm so focusing on too many different problems at the same time. Position of the B box bottom. Game maker. Within the room. Let's do this. Just paste it out to see what's wrong. We have too many windows open. Let's close them all. $159. Where's the game? If we want to get this position, we have to Actually, that's that. We can just add that instead of Y here. Because that's where it needs to come from. There we go. Now everything has this. Seems like when you take damage, it doesn't really remove the shuriken. Let's look at that too. So wouldn't that, if you throw it at someone, it wouldn't remove it either? Nope. It's there all the time. Let's do not do that. So in the weapons, object shuriken. Damageable, let's see. Does he? What did damage? If did damage. Distance destroy. So now if it does damage, it will destroy the shuriken. Everybody died. There's blood everywhere. Do the particles actually go also through? No, they don't seem to be wrapping. It's good. All right. I feel like the speed of the game is a bit fast. Let's see if we just slow it down slightly. The time scale to 0.8. I think actually that's going to be overridden, right? Yeah, this is overridden. Let's now try, because now I'm the ninja. Let's see what happens if I am the other guy. Is the slash animation going to look shitty with him? It looks okay, I guess. All right. All right. Do these have an alpha or something? Like an alpha variable? Is it like sprite alpha or something? Image alpha. Let's make image alpha equals 0.5. If there's nothing connecting it, then you'll be, yeah. Now we know this is a disconnected player. You can still kill him, but he'll be disconnected. I wonder if you should move the health bars above the character. So where were we drawing the health bars? I think it was to draw a GUI or something. Draw health bar. Draw health bar. -20. There we go. The only problem now, if I go Hulk, the health bar is invisible. Wonder if we did this would still be B box up, as it's the room position. Oh crap. Let's see. Now it then plus like 5 or something. Okay, you got an error. Let's see. Oh, +5, I mean -5. Still confused GameMaker plus/minus directions in Y-axis. They're used to having it the reverse in other engines. There we go. And now if you do wonder if it could be wider. Like 20 or something. You have two different types of objects. One is a vector 3 and one is a transform. So one of your things is not a vector. Double check that. One is a type transform right now. Another one is the type CC transform, vector 3 transform. So when you're getting the player thing, make sure that you're getting the same type. Or then in the transform one, do a dot position. Do you understand? It's a very simple thing. Alright, I think we're about to finish for today. We have had a lot of progress again. Let's try to hack the game a bit, meaning trying to break it. Let's go here. But I don't know what is the other transform. I mean, the pace being good is already quite old. This is the ball, sorry, the AI. This is a dot transform. so it needs to be a position. And the position is a vector, so player dot position. Then you get the transforms position. So if you go to Unity, 3D, no, not Unity's page. You can see here, what? Where did I search? Transform. He has all these subtypes, which it also auto-completes in most of them. The IDEs that are around. And here you have position, transform in world position space. That's a vector 3. One of them is a transform, one of them now, which you're minusing, is a position. But yeah, let's try to break also my game and see what we can break. I did want to change. Oh yeah, what I want to change is the. I want to use the ninja guy again, just for shits and giggles. Well, that's a bug. You need to... Okay, see you, Calm. Maybe I can help you some other day. Maybe we can do through Skype or something, and like we can do screen share or something through that. That might be easier to help you. All right. Where was it? So here we do. Do we even have this? Right. Yeah, I'm a professional programmer, even if this code is not very professional. Thanks. We're trying to make it better, so if you have just suggestions. So now you're joining us. RobX, I don't know if you've been here before, so... oh, thanks for the follow, too. So what we do is on Thursdays, which is today, I'm here, Björn. I do programming. Right now I'm using GameMaker, which is a simplistic programming language. I do more C# than C++, but I've done some C++, but I like C# more. I'm more of that school of programmer. And right now I'm doing GameMaker language, which barely can be a programming language in many ways, but it gets the job done, guys. It gets the job done. That's the important thing. And then on Mondays, Arash, our other co-host, he does art. And then on Tuesdays, we talk about design, and we play your guys' games. So Rob, if you have a game that you would like to share, or then we can play it. And the idea is that we analyze your game, so we break it apart into its core components. The elements, the player mechanics, system mechanics, the negative and positive feedback loops, the core loops. And then we also give you suggestions on, if there's anything that can be better, or if you want us to look at a certain part, we can also do that. So if you're working on your own game, you can share, you can submit it to us and we can take a look. But yeah, this is now I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. And I think that in the next couple of videos, we need to take all this code and refactor it because it's becoming messy. And that's what professionals do. They refactor their code. Get stuff done fast and then they refactor and start ironing out bugs. There's no point in optimizing the code yet, but we can definitely do it better. Trying to figure out. So if we here did, it of course won't work. Yep, I'm just compiling it. It probably will not work. So this is just a small platformer. This is actually the first time I'm doing Game Maker at all. I haven't done Game Maker at all before this. So we have all kinds of weird. We haven't really done a design document on what should be possible or not. So we've kind of done a lot of weird stuff. So I think we have had like 8 episodes, 7 episodes. So maybe I've been working on this like a couple of days. And we have this super simplistic platformer that we've been working on. So, and right now I'm just looking at. Actually, I have never created a game in C++, no. I've done other types of programming in it. And I've done all kinds of programming, from web programming to all kinds of stuff. Just like a lot of programs have to do. But I actually worked mostly in Unity before this. And I have looked at Unreal Engine. But the type of games I want to make right now usually tend to use more like it doesn't need like 3D and shading, so Unreal Engine is not really good. So we made this silly game, which the idea is just to practice Game Maker and learn all kinds of weird stuff in it. Basically, it's learning the language also, what's its limits. Oh, look, there was a small bug there. The colliders weren't really working. Where did he spawn? Oh, there he is. Seems to work now, okay. But yeah, and we've had like stupid slow motion kind of stuff, all kinds of stuff. Rob, are you working on a game? Are you a programmer? You seem to know your programming at least a bit. You know C++ at least. Are you trying to learn C++? Do you... Oh, there it again. But yeah, and the idea of this game is that you actually control the air movement with the joystick. So if I move slightly the key, it kind of you have a very accurate when you go in slow motion. You have very accurate air control. The idea is that you would have these kind of air battles with each other, where you're jumping and punching each other and kicking and stuff like that. But let's see, it's a bit difficult to do. It's definitely going to be a challenge. I might have to some episode to sit and think about the design. But the game actually, so also the idea that I forgot to mention was is that this game, I only program and work on it on stream. So every second, thus far even, is recorded. And also, all this source code is available on GitHub. So you can go to GitHub, Game Dev Company, let's make a game. And always at the end of the episode, I make a beta release. And then here you have all the different, so here we started. So there's only 8 episodes thus far. It's only 8 days of days. It's not even 8. It's like 16 hours of work, so it's barely over a day. So you can download it from here, or you can also, of course, pull the whole thing if you want. And I'm actually gonna commit this soon. But yeah, I was thinking, like, right now you can actually just keep down the jump button and it'll just keep jumping all the time. We don't want that. Now if I keep it down, he just keeps jumping. I'm floating. Looks weird. We have to adjust that too. But yeah, so we need to check if the buttons here's our gamepad controller. So we need also, this is the pressed. So we should have a, are we actually using the held already? What's that code? What am I looking at? I'm looking at the wrong file. So we have jump key pressed, but I don't think we have jump key held. So we should change that. So this should be held, which is this, and then this should be pressed. We get the pressed, depressed. We get depressed when we look at this. Close all of these so we don't have. The IDE of Game Maker is a bit clumsy. But it's okay. We will overcome. We will make awesome games. So if you don't know what Game Maker is, Hotline Miami, Hyper Light Drifter, all those games are made with this engine. Very simple engine. It's really good if you want to get started, if you're not a professional programmer. You just want to pull together a game really fast. Let's see that wasn't taken or something. Nothing weird is happening. Oh, and of course all the art are also in the repository. Not that anybody would like this art. Oh, look, that was a bug. What the hell happened? Let's see. All right, let's see what happens here. Jump key held. So what should we do? We should let's see. More shit into the garbage bin. No, we don't want to do it this way. Let's see guys. Maybe I should just rework it fully. Hi IPA. Am I saying that correctly? IPA? IPA? So now we just fixed the bug. Sorry I was quiet, I just tried to see if what. So now you can't hold down the jump button all the time. It seems to be moving in the background. This game is about jumping, attacking in the air, doing crazy things. It's a fighting game, which seems didn't work there for a moment. So today we're working on just this small indie game where it's just a local co-op fighting. Are you a game maker? Do you make your own games? Well, it's lagging at some points. Do you make your own games, or are you wanting to make games, or just like watching people make games? If you make your own games, we have on Tuesdays we review and give feedback on games. Oh, cool! Are you an indie developer, or are you like a bigger guy, like working for a company? But yeah, this is just a simple platformer. We're making it in Game Maker right now. Oh, didn't make that jump. What kind of games do you make? Also. So indie. When it's a hobby, you're indie. Well, it can be indie and professional too, so it's maybe wrong to say that way. If you want, you can always submit the game on Tuesdays. Like I said, we review, so we give you feedback. I'm not the only guy who streams on this channel. Basically, we're two guys. Arash is an artist and designer. Oh, you're making infinite platformer. What engine are you using? Are you using Unity, Game Maker, Unreal Engine? Seems like when he spawns, he still has the punch speed on him. Not this time. I thought I did. zero this in. Oh, you're using Game Maker too, cool. Yeah, if you're interested, this source code for this whole game is free. I put it on GitHub. You can download it and use it for whatever you want. If you need any help, I might be able to help. This is my first game in Game Maker, but I've been programming for a long time. So if you need any help, just ask. I'm more than happy to help. And then if I don't know, maybe we can find out together how it is. Yeah, the jumping still needs some work. Have to adjust that. But yeah, we're gonna test this game. We haven't yet tested it. We should test it with Arash, see what he thinks. Thanks, Ayapea. Thanks for following. Yeah. But yeah, we do, we're two guys. We make games. We make different games. This is just one of them. This is our stream game, which we do live online. Yeah, I have a schedule. It's just below. Thanks, Full On Gamers, too, for following. Yeah, there's a schedule. It's just below the video. Basically, on Mondays, Arash, who's the other guy, he does art. So he picks a topic, he does art, and then, you know, together with you guys, whatever you want. On Tuesdays, we have a thing where we talk design. So we go through what is going on in industry, you know, different kind of, we have experience from working in game industry. We talk about how to do kinds of testing and stuff like that. And on Tuesday later in the evening, we do Let's Analyze videos where we actually, your guys' games that you submit, we test and then we break apart. Break apart not as in tear it to pieces, but I mean, we take, we use Aki Järvinen, who's a Finnish guy, made this kind of reference or like a model how to break apart games. We're borrowing it from there, so we break it into its elements and mechanics and all these kind of core loops, and then we see how it works, and then maybe we have some suggestions for improvements, or, you know, if we're not, but it's still your game, of course, these are just suggestions and stuff like that. And we also play like bigger games. What's up, Full On Gamers? Oh, you have a game idea? Yeah, definitely. Like, this game that I'm making now is just simple. I know it's not gonna be anything special. It's just gonna be a local co-op fighting game. And after that, I'll move on to something else, smaller, bigger. Hopefully small, still. So if you have game ideas, of course, we can talk and see what we can get done. I'm not right now looking to do any bigger games, just small. This game also needs more polish and doing. Actually, while I'm talking, I could just start drawing, like, I think the sky, what size is this? 64 by 64. And what is our, let's look at our room. 640 times 480. 640, 480. $640, $480. Whoop! Don't keep aspect ratio. But yeah, thus far I've done myself all the art, but I'm not any kind of artist, so it's nothing. I do have Vacom, but you know, I just do what I can. We should fill this in actually with the color. There we go. But yeah. Taking the color, there we go. We have more of a brush kind of. see what we can do. Oh, cool. Like a small game where you race, so full-on gamers say, I think a small game where you race against others, probably doing puzzles against friends, and the person with the most points win. Cool. What kind of puzzles did you have in mind? And what kind of game? Would it be like 2D, 3D? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, Nightbot spamming again. Let's see what we got here. Actually, I need the pipette tool. What's the shortcut for that? C. So ED and C. Oh, what was that spray tool though? A. Okay. Let's use this and let's just do a slide. Oh, come on. Maybe we can just do less opacity. That way we have much more. Match for moving blocks, small Tetris, lens Zelda types. Oh, cool. Would this be like, we're thinking it would be like, would it be like, local multiplayer, or like, more like, what's it called? Multiplayer. Like online multiplayer. Trying to get some ambient lighting in the background. That doesn't look that good. Maybe we can just take with the, what was it, C? And we take this and that color. Okay, local, yeah. What kind of platform did you have in mind? Like, more like mobile or console, or all of them? Of course, if it's all, it's gonna. Let's see what that background looks like. Is that scaled now correctly? Let's see. Backgrounds. Oh. Doesn't even use it. There we go. Let's see what that looks in game. We should also redraw these blocks. They look like terrible stuff. And that looks a bit better. If I was on PC, I would never play the puzzle. Yeah, PC maybe is not for puzzle games that much. A console and mobile are okay, I guess. A lot of people, but mobile is of course main maybe audience for puzzle games these days. But yeah, of course, when designing a game, you should pick one platform in the beginning and really perfect it. Yeah, this is basically what I'm doing here, is this kind of couch multiplayer where you would play against friends, a bit like Tower Falls feeling, if you guys have played that. So let's open this again, the sky. It's kind of a skybox, I guess you could call it. I wonder if I should do different type of skies. Well, this is simple, but I should work on them. Where do we have them? Not the character, but the blocks. I don't even know if I want a grass block, to be honest. It's kind of just the default that came to mind, just like, oh, Minecraft kind of grass block. Not really, didn't really, holy, undo that. Let's do this a bit better. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Undo that. Yeah, a lot of people are going mobile these days. The thing I don't like about mobile is that the competition is so hard. There's, what was it? Every week 10,000 games or something, or was it every 100,000 games every month coming out? And then you have companies that do like, you know, for example, Clash of Clans, like Supercell. It is really, it's really, oh, I've been programming, I'm now 31, I started when I was like 10, so 21 years, I guess. But of course, you always learn new things, and programming changed throughout the years so much. And I usually do so many different things, not just programming. Like Supercell, for example, they put, I don't know how many, like they take, what, 40% of everything they earn, maybe more, and put it back into marketing. They're like basically buying the players. Well, they're not basically, they are. So then you're there alone. You started when you were 8 on Gamergate. I was 13, I'm still bad. Oh, trust me, I think people should stop thinking about bad and good programming, because in the end, it's the end result that matters. Like for example, in this game, I know I can do 60 times better code. Like cleaner, more polished, more easy to understand if another coder would join this team. But another coder won't join this team because I tell them not to join. No, I was kidding. They can, of course, but I'm not really thinking in a kind of team. Maybe that looks a bit better. Oh, we need to make this to match. But so yeah, like I was saying, you shouldn't think in kind of good or bad code. It's what works, works. And the more you code, the more your kind of skill set grows. You learn new stuff, you learn new principles, and then slowly you get better. I think the thing that if I was like young or younger again, what I would do is, oh, thanks Vindigo for the follow. Welcome. Welcome to us weird nerds making games. Awesome nerds, maybe. So, what was I talking about? Who are you guys? Yeah, you shouldn't worry about all imperfections. You'll never get anything done. And actually, if you're looking to work in as a programmer, I think the thing that a lot of people, when they're higher programming, looking at is, did you finish a project? If you never finished a project, it's very hard to get hired. And then also you will never finish your game that you've been working on for ages, so finish your games, guys. Keep the scope smaller. If you notice, like, oh, my first plan was to do an MMORPG, then you know, maybe remove the MMO part, or you know, remove the RPG part or something. Or you know, rethink it somehow. You know, you don't have to do the things that you decided in the beginning. Scope. Scope means that it's kind of the size or the number of ideas, how much you're trying to do, and try to keep that small. The light is shooting in my eye. I'm trying to draw this. I don't know if that looks even better or worse. It's not gonna fit now. It's not gonna tile perfectly, but let's see what it looks like. Yeah, just clean up your code. If one thing I would recommend as a coder is that no matter how unclean your code is, make it reusable. That's the most important thing. Because in the end, like, this is my first project in GameMaker. You did Unity for like 5-6 years. And when I do these like reusable, for example, this movement script I made reusable within at least this game right now. Where, for example, that movement script I've applied to, I'm by the way making for console. Yeah, that looks a bit weird. Huh. It can be for now. At least it's a bit better. That same movement script I use for the character, the movement script, it has all the, you know, parts, and then for just moving, and then the same movement script I use for these. And the physics, the same physics script applies to this character that makes him go down again as the shuriken. So once I coded the character's collision, also collision and physics, I just apply it to the other object also. And then you're done. And then let's say I want to create my other game, I don't have to recode everything. I can just say like, oh, I need attack, I need jumping, I need physics, I need something that handles animation, and I can reuse it. This is not strictly true, but you can rework. Here, for example, I have a thing that gets gamepads. And you can also switch to get keyboard. So I just switch what types. It's just one variable I can switch, and then I can control the character with the gamepad or the keyboard. I just have to make sure they're implemented the same way. So I say I hate mobile and many consoles because I think the console makes the game. It makes it more polished and gives the player a great game feel. Or it destroys the game with the limited controls it has. Every time I want to make a game, I make an engine, and then if I finish the game, I just open up the engine and use the pre-made code and re-edit some. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I do an engine within an engine. I don't really... Let's say like this. Yeah, of course, I probably could, if I really spent the time, make my own game engine, for example, from scratch in C or C++. And I know a lot of people who do that, and that's fine. And usually those people tend to then become the people who make these engines that I'm using right now. They make the tools for other people. I just love just to make these interactions. I'm more a front end or gameplay programmer, so I like doing this. I even like to do some of the art if I can. Even if this looks like shit right now. That's why I don't really care to spend time making my own engine, but I do create my own system within the engine. Why I like to do actually with this, I play a lot of PC games, much more than console games. I design, and a game that's been made for PC, then ported to console, usually sucks on console. A game that's made in console, then ported, I mean literally just ported to PC, usually sucks. Like GTA kind of sucks on keyboard and mouse until they made it properly, not just a port. And it might suck still semi. For example, driving a car with keyboard still sucks. But the thing why I like to use this is because this keeps my scope small. I can't do infinite things with this. I can do infinite things with keyboards. It keeps me away from certain mechanics because I have to keep it simple, which helps me as an indie developer finish my games. Versus, you know, oh, looks, I have 100 buttons on this keyboard. Let's make a button mashing game. So Full On Gamer's saying, yeah, every time I want to make a game, I make an engine. Oh yeah, we read that already. Yeah, and I think one thing that's still kind of behind, like I did a lot of web stuff and still do some web stuff. The thing that game engines and game scene hasn't really done is that, for example, jump. Every game has implemented jump. Why isn't there a basic package for jump? Just like GitHub jump, general jump thing, you know, for the engine. And then the engine would be built in, just like here you have the extensions, but it would work better. Actually, Golang by Google does a good job on that. But yeah, I think this guy looked really odd on the edges. I think I added too much shading here on the edge. Let me remove that. About that color, let's use that. Flatten out a bit. I went crazy on the edges. Oh, see what happened now. Oh, I can't see it here with the grid. Of course, I could just turn. Yeah, that's a bit better. It's the 0.0001 version of the graphics. That I did in 2 seconds. Seems like sometimes I punch and it just doesn't connect, like there, look. Saw how many times he hit? Maybe it's just an animation problem, that the animation is running more often than you can punch. The scoreboard should also be fixed. How am I drawing that scoreboard right now? Is it under the system object in the draw GUI thing? Yeah, it is here. Draw text outline, the X position. Oh, sorry. Pressed the wrong button. So this is the X position, that's fine. Yeah, I try to use also just pixel art. It's like this all art. I'm again not an artist. I did all this art myself. Arash is the artist in our indie game, but I make enough art. Like my job is to make enough art that it kind of, you get the general feel of the game. Because if I could use white boxes, that's a lot used in the game industry. The thing I don't like white boxes is because I can't really adjust the game feel with white boxes. If this guy was just a white box, I wouldn't know how his punch was. But I can make this very basic animation of a ninja running and a pirate guy. And holy shit, that's weird. And I can find weird bugs more easily. Yeah, pixel art is awesome. It really makes your game move forward faster. Or something I wanted to look at and work on. Oh yeah, I do really want to move these. I think they should be in the bottom here. Also, the font is really ugly. Did I actually put on the sharpening pixel thing here? Yeah, I did. All right, let's see. What could we work on now? Let's see. Where are you guys from? Europe, US, Asia, Australia? I wanted to have a small explosion. Oh, well, not that kind of small explosion. Ireland. Cool. I know a guy from Ireland. I think that the blood needs to stay on the objects and maybe leave some gibs without removing. Ah, Greece. Cool. Never been to Greece yet. Only mean I just was in Italy, but that's not even close to. So you would like I think the blood needs to stay on the objects and maybe leave some gibs without removing them. So do you mean like that these wouldn't despawn? These bits of they stay for a while. Basically these things, they spray a moment blood and then after a while they do despawn. Like if I keep killing these guys, the whole level won't fill with gore. I could make it stay, of course. You think that would be cool? Yeah, but you just add the options. I haven't actually even created a menu yet for this game. I should start working on that at some point too. But yeah, there seems to be some kind of collision problem with the fist. Yeah, that can be done. Like right now, there's a timer that does it. So if you look at the object body part in the step thing here, instance destroy after 30 seconds. So what I can instead do is on create, basically. Whoop! Ah. What we can do here is global what is this system? I didn't want to add there anything. Huh? Raw system global scripts setup. What would we call them? They're not particles, they're more like actually this can be put back to 1. Object limit is 100. Global current objects is 0. Yeah, Game Maker is very easy to do, you know, just get things done. The only thing that I don't like in Game Maker is that it actually can become very messy very easily and hard to find things. So when we create him here, we should say global, what would we name it again? Current objects. Global current objects plus plus. And then we should say object number is this. No, we can't do it that way because we would have to create a queue. What I want to create is a queue that pushes them forward. I think that you create games without actually giving them a nice feel. Like, look what Vlambeer has done with such simple games. What do you mean? Do you think that Vlambeer doesn't have a good feel? Or do you feel? I think Vlambeer's games have quite good feel. Like, they're quite juicy. That's up to the programmer, actually. That's not necessarily the game engine's fault either. Yeah, I want the newest one to despawn. So I should create a queue of objects then. I could just do it right now with the simple thing where I just do this. And then what we do is actually, we wouldn't even want it here then. Current objects. And then we can just go. Yeah, exactly. I think they do a great job. The thing is with the game maker is that you, like in Unity, you have so much. Well, it's first off a 3D thing, and then people do some. Like doing 3D really nicely, nice looking, especially in Unity, is very, very hard. And then they don't put enough effort into make the feel good of the game. I like to call it juicy. They don't make the game juicy. Check health. If keep forgetting what I named the variables. Oh, sorry. I can just do this. Arg. I'm getting tired. Sorry, guys. Oh, I had that already in here. Now there should be a cap. Let's make the cap like 1. Let's try it. Yeah, I really love, like, Vlambeer is one of the reasons I made, was like, okay, I saw that game maker language is not the most awesome coding thing, like language or anything, but their game, yeah, seems to work. That decided that, yeah, and Hyperlight Drifter, those two kind of decided, okay, they were, oh, look, saw that again. Weird. Fix that. Can you stand on a hand? No. Now you have lots of crap. See what happens when you have too much of it. I'm like upside down. Oh shit, I hit myself. Starts to be like a gib hell here. Oh, it vanishes into that wall here. Yeah, I need to check that collider. But yeah guys, if you have any games that you want us to, with Garage, we can look at, we can always look at them. Yeah, someone else was saying today also about Go.engine. I don't know, because you can do this, look. I can wear your head as a hat. Can you wear your head as a hat in any other game? I like it. I like that there's shit flying around when you're walking. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really add any friction or anything, so it's not like... I am a flying sorcerer! But yeah, Go.engine looks very interesting. I haven't... Maybe after I do this, done this game, I'll do a project in Godot. I mean, it's kind of interesting to work in different engines. So this is my first game in Game Maker. I just started, what was it, 16, 20 hours ago. All of it is streamed, so you can go check it out. And the source code is on GitHub, so if you want to download it, you can go download it. Use it for your evil schemes or whatever you want to do. So as this gets more polished, you'll have a opportunity to do your own versions or mod this game. If you don't like collisions with Gibbs, I wonder how this slow motion will work. I wonder if I could rework the... I think here. Oh yeah, this was funny. If I remove this, this looked funny if I remember correctly. Or was it that I also have to remove the grounded? It would be funny if you would have to jump and get yourself like up. Like you could land like this. You can't. You're like a fish in water. I love bugs. These are so awesome. I don't know if there's such little morality. Gibbs just look stupid. Yeah, maybe. I like this. My face in the ground. Oh, I broke my foot. Oh, I'm dead. I wonder if I can do anything with that. It'd be cool if you land on your head. Like now you can land on your head, it wouldn't correct you automatically. But yeah. Wonder if I just do if is what? Why is this jumping? Oh, it's again the Wacom, sorry. Oh, you mean the crawling on the ground? So yeah, welcome Plush Masher. Welcome to Game Dev Company. We're a community of game makers, so it's not just me streaming. I only stream alone on Thursdays, so if you want to watch this is on Thursdays. So what I do today is I create this platformer action game. You can see it here. Now that I was playing with a bug. It's kind of a fighting game. So I program everything on the stream. So every second of this game's development is live streamed. None of it is made in off stream. All the art, everything is made on stream. And you can download from GitHub all the source code for free. And art. But then I'm not alone. There's Arash. He's here on Mondays. So on Mondays, we do art. He does art on this channel. So he draws things. Last time he made a logo for a game called Super Hack. It ended up looking quite cool. It's like a fist, like a steroid fist with like the logo next to it. Very 80s. And then on Tuesdays, we have design talks where kind of Rosh and we go through about this design concept or about testing how to do it or explain something. Like we both have a master's degree in game production and design. So from university, and we're just like kind of making a library of different principles and methods and recommendations. And also on Tuesdays after that, we play your guys' games. So if you have a game you're working on, submit it to us. We will review it. We'll give you feedback. We will kind of look at how it works. And then you can treat it as a test opportunity, and everybody in the channel can see also the game. So maybe you'll get some fans for your game through this. But yeah, we mostly do it for you guys. So we want to help you guys build your games, and hopefully you guys can help us build our games. It's a community where we share, anything. So for example, today, if you need any programming help, if it's not too complicated, or if you just need a rubber ducky to explain what's wrong, I can help. Or if you need some ideas. So yeah, is GMS? What do you mean is GMS? Game makers. Yeah, we're all. Let's just test this. I was just trying to make a thing here. Game making master's degree, game design and productions. It actually isn't, because it doesn't focus on programming. Basically, it's a master's degree where programmers, artists, all types of people come to learn how to design and produce games. So we build teams and we make games in the school actually. And it's in that way, it's multidisciplinary. It's not, computer science then is just programming and very specifically just that. Whereas our degree is specialized in games. Seems like it's not working. If image angle is bigger than -30 and smaller than 30, then set it to 0. Maybe it needs to be 90. So yeah, it's not. That's where you learn. Like, that's why also I have here designer in my thing, because I have also done design and worked as a designer and does stuff like that. So I'm not just a programmer. It seems to be working on this direction sometimes. Maybe I can just make it properly instead of trying to fix a bug. Just sometimes nice to test. Like, a lot of good features in many games have come through bugs. Bugs are actually create interesting mechanics, because sometimes the non-intended is better than the intended. And that's what I see, especially young game makers, what they do is like, oh, I wanted to make it exactly like this. Let's program it exactly like that. And then let's say they have one version where it's not working exactly like they thought in their mind. And what happened? But it's really, really fun. You know, they have their friends play it, and all their friends are like laughing and like, oh, fucking awesome! This is amazing. This is really fun. And then what they do then is like, okay, yeah, I haven't finished this game yet. Let's. I'm gonna continue work on it. And then what they do is that they go and they think as a programmer, a scientist, like, oh, this physics needs to be perfect. This is just exactly modeling planet Earth's rotation. And then they remove all the fun from the game with it, because it becomes real life, and real life's not fun. Sorry guys, real life's not fun, except if you jump out of an airplane or something. A game should be better than real life. That's why you in games can jump over buildings, and you can get the girl or whatever, boy. But yeah. But yeah, I should, it would be cool if you would have to, that you would actually fall if you... I could make an animation that happens. That if you fall on your head. But I don't know if that's needed really. Just a quirky idea. We should play this with Arash to see if this is any fun with 2 players. Because this is a 2-player game, so playing it alone is not very fun. Oh. There is one kind of a bug where if you're in the air and you punch, you can fly. If you go slow motion. Oh, come on. Can I fly up? Come on. But yeah, it's a bit harder in real time. Yeah, I just actually in this session I implemented this particle thing. So when you're running, it's like this, but I can show it. So what I first off, it's good to know, is that in the setup, sorry, I run particles. So here is all the particles that are used in the, let's remove that crap, in the game. It's a bit messy, sorry. So here you have dirt particles. These are the base particle for that running thing. Sorry, I shouldn't be selecting it. I should actually write a comment here. Dirt particle for when something hits the ground. This is a smoke particle that has no use yet. I'm always using this pt square. So these are different commands that kind of give the attribute of the particle if you haven't used it. Shape is the shape. They're pre-built shapes in Game Maker. You can, I think, do your custom one. I just use square, which is kind of looks like a pixel, because this is a pixel art game. Oh. Then size is the size over life, so you can see their max size, min size when it spawns in, and then if it increases or wiggles during its life. Oh crap, my thing is on the ground, let me lift it up. Then scale actually is just the scale when it starts. Ah, thanks for a follow, Plush Maker. Happy that you like the content. And then here's just the color. Alpha is the transparency. So you can have two different alphas. Gravity is like it's applying gravity, and you can choose the direction. 270 is downwards, 0.1. So this is not using the same gravity as the characters, because particles can't interact with the real world. Speed in this engine, at least. Speed is the speed when it spawns. So this is when it's what is it in when it spawns in, min, max, and these are the it increases or speed wiggles throughout its life. And this is just how long it's alive. And I take it times room speed because then it normalizes it over kind of no matter what frame rate you have. So this is 0.5 or 1 second or something like that. So I have this particle set up. I just created it today. And then what I did, because I have all this code, so well, where did I put it actually? I didn't put it in the collision code, no. Where did I put it? You guys remember? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I didn't put it there. I couldn't put it in attack either. I've forgotten. Not in collision, right? Which would make sense. Oh, it's in movement. Yeah. So when it moves an object, here's this stupid code. Ha ha ha. Very stupid. Actually, speed factor is not used. Can remove that. I'm not really doing that right now. Removed old code, refactoring. And here we can actually put an and. So what? Now we need to remove this. So I'm cleaning up the code a bit because I just wrote it today. So what it does here is it checks grounded. This is a thing I do in my collision thing, so I know when it's grounded. So when I know it's grounded, you are on top of the ground. To move the object here is the stupid so grounded, horizontal speed is not 0, so you have to be moving. So horizontally you have to be moving for it to come, like the particles. And then I did a bit of variance here that this is just repeat, so it runs this code 1 to 3 times because it's random, 1 to 3. This is a complex code to just see if you're running left or right, so it knows to shoot those particles in the right direction. And here, this is the same part type direction that I have in this, if you look in the particles here, it's the same part type color, part type scale. This is part type direction. So it's what the direction will be, where it's going to shoot off into. Inside of it, I'm defining it that it's still applying to the dirt particles. And then I'm taking the image angle, which is what I'm rotating when you're in the air. Because I rotate in the air, that's why I wanted it. You don't really have to have this because usually you're not rotating your character, but I am, so I wanted to just make sure. It takes the flip, so it takes that variable that I just calculated here, because I use image X scale to flip the character. And then I add a bit of upwards direction, and I flip it also by image scale, so it's, because When you run left, it should go like this, and then when you run right, it should go like this. It might be reversed now from what I said. And then this is the actual code that creates the particle then. This actually doesn't need to be in the repeat, by the way. We learned something. Now we need to run it 3 times less, optimizing the code. And also this doesn't need to be inside of the repeat. See, instantly we make our code less shitty. So this is the one that actually creates the particles now. So B-box bottom is your bounding box. When you do collisions, like if I go look at a sprite I have, if I go here to Ninja, if I look at the modify mess, this is a box. This is where it collides. If you use GameMaker and collision. And B-box bottom, if you look at the documentation, whoops, it is the position of this bottom of the, if you have the box, it's the bottom, this position of this in the Y. So you know where it is. And it's in world space or in the room space. So it's not like a relative to your character or anything. So I just put in the X and I put at the bottom where it collides. And then I just tell it this is the particle it needs to do. This is the particle system. And this is the number of particles, which I could also then put the random range here and not be stupid and have it there. I didn't know it had even this function. You see, we live and you learn. Will this work? Let's see. Didn't know that it actually had a number there. Flip except not before reading it. Huh? Oh. Of course. Wrong execution order. Oh, I don't even need particles to do this soon. I'll just remove all the code. Oh, there, it works. Yeah, so that's how you get this effect. And how you get it look like that is just by adjusting. You know, I've been playing around with this, again, in this particles file that I had, where I just collect all the particles to keep them in one space. I just been adjusting these values. Oh, crap, again, the Wacom is playing tricks on me. I need to move it away because I'm not doing art. So yeah, so I just been adjusting these values manually. I mean, I do know what they're doing, but you know, sometimes you have to adjust it, you know, slowly. It's not very visual way of doing it. Let's see, this still worked, yeah. But yeah, all of this code, so if you don't feel like you have to copy paste from my stream, by the way. If you go, it's not yet live there, but if you go to GitHub, all this code, you can download here from releases even. You can download, there's a zip with all the code. This is the previous version. I haven't added all the today's stuff there yet. So you can download it from there. I don't know, a long answer, but yeah. But yeah, I personally love particle systems. It's one of my guilty pleasures is to create particle systems. So you'll probably see a lot of particles in this game. And I'll make all kinds of particles, not just these simple square ones probably. That's a bit over the top that when you hit him, it's like... I wonder if I should remove it. Actually, let's remove also the transparency because it just tells you that the gamepad's not connected. But we can enable that later. Now it's annoying. And then what we can do is do damage. Here we have this particle spray thing when you hit. No problem, plus maker, Macher, plus Macher. Are you Germany or Austria or from another German-speaking country? I don't know. Does this feel better? You have a lot of blood when he dies. I mean, we don't have to go over top with the blood. Yeah, maybe that's okay for now. I don't need that much thing. What I could do is more like what you know, Street Fighter does, is that there's like a small explosion there where he... So there should be like a fist connects with him. But I think I don't have the energy today anymore. But yeah, I wonder if we could just keep this game running here. Is it up top? No, it's not. Actually, what if I did this? Oh, it adds black. Sorry guys. Just trying out something. Interesting that it's adding black. Yeah, doesn't seem to work. It'd be cool to just be able to have the game all the time running here while I'm coding even. Anyway, we can adjust that later. But yeah, what else could we work on today? We fixed a lot of small bugs. I think it's getting late and I've already done a lot. So let's do our commit message. So I'm using a source tree to do my commits. And you can of course do it through command line. Where do we have you? Go, the right branch. So here we have the thing. Let's start writing our commit. Let's see what we've done. We updated background sky with some gradients and clouds. That was probably nothing. We changed the despawn of body parts to have a cap instead of a time limit. What else do we do here? Attack. We added a attack dash. We added a force to an opponent when hit by attack. We fixed bug where you can hold jump button indefinitely. Oh, I misspelled that. Indefinitely. Finitely, indefinitely. What did we do here? It looks like the same thing. Oh no. Actually, only flip character when on ground, not in air. That's fine, we don't have to mention that. Added dirt particles when running on ground. Moved health bar on top of character. Updated dirt and grass block graphics. But yeah, that's about it. Oh no, added slash animation when attacking. That's about it. So we did a lot of stuff today. Holy mongoose. So we need to stage all of this and then we just commit it. And we don't need to pull anything because we're working alone. There's nothing to pull. So now that we did that, so you guys have access to the code. We of course can pull it from here. But what I like to do is do here releases. I draft a new release. So this is version 0.0.0. We're getting to our first minor version. Holy shit. Made attacks more juicy. Juicy attacks and particle mayhem. No, not mayhem. Particle adjustments. We don't have mayhem anymore. This is a pre-release. We put all the same things here just to keep track of what we did in this version. It's just one commit per release, but so now if you look at the releases, you can always also see what I've added or changed in this. So now you can go here to Game Dev Company at GitHub. You can just press the download zip and then you can download the whole game, make game maker. So plush maker, plush maker 187. If you want to look at that particle and you want the exact code, you can just go here, download it and copy it to yourself. But yeah, yeah, it's all here, and you can of course use the art, but do rework it if you're gonna publish the game, but you can use it for prototyping and stuff. Yeah, I would really want to rework next time this portrait. Like I want to create small character portraits or something in scoreboards here, so it doesn't look like a 5-year-old made it. Alright, well, not a 5-year-old. Someone made it in a hurry, let's say it like that. Let's save everything here too. Let's actually hope that I had everything saved. Yeah, it seems. Alright guys, thank you for today. We're gonna continue and watch maybe Quasi TV. Let's see what he's up to. He does Skyhooks. He just released it. It's awesome. I don't know if he's taking a break or not. So maybe we'll go join him and see what he does. And remember, on Mondays, Arash does art. And Tuesdays, we do design, kind of design talks about how to build a game. And after that, we analyze. So if you have a game, we analyze games. So if you wanna sorry. So if you wanna submit your game, you can. And see you on. Oh, Arash is here. He's in the. Are you at home already, or still partying? Probably at home already at this time, maybe. Or then he's out partying with the girls. But yeah, until next time. Thanks, guys.
Game Dev Company, thank you so much for that host, dude. How's it going? Gavin, you are awesome, man. Alright. I think there was a few people hanging out on the deck of the ship. Let's see who they are. Zoot.say. If I'd been in the game and won, I'd put the key in my pocket and dropped. Rick S. All my money I